hear these youngins by the slang that I bit first, and I can't even get no credit for it. That shit hurt. Yeah, we been nerds, not the type to use big words. Still down to throw you if you throwing a fist first. Fail face, but every now and then I don't get curved. Still end up broken hearted, that we get what we deserve. Freak show, they staring and don't ask for no pictures. Cause I'm a giant man like I'm Fishburne. Maybe cause I'm hotter than the grease with a fish burn. We're slacking now, I'm putting in that work like an intern. I probably won't gain lives like trading in your system to GameStop. Don't really rap about what I ain't got. Been me since back when I could fit in the tank top. You think I'm ever changing? I think not. Hit the taco truck and I can show you the flame spots. They only taking cash and now I'm making the bank stop. Think cock, don't say a word, just open that safe lock. Now I'm playing the ATM, broken the rank wide. Raindrops falling on my head. I hate cops, ain't talking to the feds. Zombie mode on a rocky road, walking like I'm dead. Need to pick me up that I will eat the chocolate with the bread. Still trash, just now me in my pockets getting fed. That's real rap, now I can pay for guac without a sweat. You feel that? Playlist full of Indian drill trap. Problems, I got 99 on me, I'm Lil Sad. But fucking never cried over spilled paps. Never crying over who spilled that. Young medicine man, and I'm looking to peel caps. Yeah. Put on the beat and I will snap. Put on the beat, I'ma kill that.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hello, howdy. We are live.
We're live.
Welcome to Counterproductive. So usually, I mean, I have a show on here, but we're going to do something a little different today. Something a little more special. This is Make Music San Jose. It is today. Also, happy Father's Day to you guys out there.
Happy Father's Day.
We've been blessed with a very unique opportunity to be able to host a small section of Make Music Day San Jose. I'm your host today, Ryan Watkins. On my right, we got...
My name's Eric Powers. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We want to thank Chris Esparza. We want to thank the Make Music San Jose
Absolutely.
People that gave us the opportunity to do this. Plus, of course, thank all of the musicians that have... yeah, okay. Let's get settled in here. All of the musicians, all the bands we're going to be featuring today. So we've got a smattering of great talent, all types of musical genres, and yeah, sorry, we're this whole thing came about very quickly, so we're winging it a little bit, but hey,
that's how we like to do things.
That's exactly how we do things. Biggest shout out of all is gonna be for South Winchester Barbecue.
Fuck yes, yeah, no.
Keep us fed, hungry, fat, and really tasty beers today, as well. So thanks, guys. We appreciate it. Anyway, so I think first up, we're gonna play some music from my man Shawn Packer.
Exactly.
Shawn Packer. Guitar player, virtuoso, been around San Jose, downtown a long time. You probably know him best from a local band called the Shit Kickers, who are fantastic. Probably be up your alley.
Shit Kickers? I already love the name. I don't think I've come across them, though, in my short time in San Jose.
Great. Like, then that's something you should know about the Shit Kickers. A lot of good times with those guys, with that band over the years. They still play from time to time. I saw them last at the Murray Bowles benefit concert, and they were great.
Fuck yeah.
As always, kind of a country shit-kicking good time. A lot of beer involved, a lot of good friends. It's a big band. There's a lot of people in it. Yeah, makes for a good time every time. So here we go. We're going to play... Shawn Packer, he put this together for us exclusively. It's him in his living room. Nobody's ever seen this before, even me. So, you got that?
Yeah, let me try to make it a little... Oh, it doesn't want to make me... I'm just going to have to play it as it is.
Sorry, guys. Technical.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Cool. This is Shawn Packer. Short little set.
then. That was a couple old songs in a row. Kinda. Not the miles. Love, work, and cinema, blanket trials. Maybe it's the years, not the miles. Okay, well, thank you for letting me make some music for you, San Jose. Although music, noise, fine line. All right. So this new world of recording or playing to technically yourself in the mirror is weird and hard to get used to, and it's I get incredibly nervous. Some people are really good at it. I have a hard time with it. It's hard. I mean, it's like a new world. As a musician, you're used to playing to people, in front of you, and now I'm playing pretty much to myself, kind of in a mirror, but it's hard, or different, or whatever. That was funny. That's an old Shit Kicker song, and I don't play harmonica very well or very often, and I happened to look over at the table, and I thought I had the wrong harmonica in the, what do you call it, harness. Lucky for me, at least, it had the right one in there. It's terrifying when you're a terrible harmonica player and you look over and see that you might have the wrong harmonica in your harmonica harness as you're about to bust into a harmonica solo, as it were. That's an old Shit Kicker. Well, not an old Shit Kicker song. That's a medium Shit Kicker song, or I guess later one. And we actually had somebody cover that song, Beer and Bacon. If you look it up, you can find some girl in Colorado on stage, and she does a cover of it, and it's remarkable to see someone covering one of your songs as almost like that. It's really something. Anyway, quick little story. another note, when you start a song and you realize you didn't put the capo on, but then decide just to play it anyway, it's another terrifying yet pullable thing. So. A couple more. It's an honor to play for Make Music San Jose. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Okay. All right, a couple more for you, Making Music San Jose. Collect like victims in the bowl. The ungodly force of change erodes all sense of earthly gain. Attending to the mundane will terrorize your soul, and it's no use thinking that you're wrong. The past is all and gone. Best to move alone and find your I could tell you it was easy. Shadows in the sun, just empty and lame, and it's no use thinking that you're wrong. Best to move along, time to move along, and find your Avalon. No use thinking that you're wrong. Past is on and gone. Best to move along and find your Avalon. Okay, that was that one. Okay, again, thanks for hanging in there. Thanks, Eric Powers, for inviting me to make some music sounds. Let me take you to the hurting ground, where all good men are trampled down, just to settle a bet that could not be won, between a prideful father and his son. Won't you guide me now, for I can't see a reason for the suffering and this long misery. What if every living soul could be upright and strong? Well, then I do imagine there will be sorrow, there will be sorrow, there will be sorrow no more. When all soldiers lay their weapons down, when all kings and queens relinquish their crown, when the only true Messiah rescues us from ourselves, well, then I do imagine there will be sorrow, there will be sorrow, there will be sorrow no more. There will be sorrow, there will be sorrow, there will be sorrow no more, no more. Okay, thank you very much for hanging in there. Love all of you, and we'll see you next time.
How cool is that?
That was great, man. That was really awesome. That was a great way to start this off. Like,
Yeah.
man,
What-
I feel like we're geniuses now. Like when we started this off, it was just like, oh man, what are we really doing here? And then now it's just like, oh yeah, no, yeah.
This is what we need.
We know what we're doing here.
So that's exactly
Wow, that
what
was
you
a
need on a
fantastic-
Sunday morning, right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And you said he's a part of the Shit Kickers.
He's pretty much the shit kickers. There's a whole cast of characters that surround him. I could go through them one by name, but we don't have time for that. But he's probably the genesis one, at least one of the couple guys that started the Shit Kickers. That was kind of just a party band, a backyard band, and then nowadays they'll sell out the Ritz, when they play. So you got to be lucky enough to catch them. But I mean, back in the day, they were around all the time, playing everywhere all the time at every party, backyard parties, basement parties. Great great people, great folks. One of my favorite dudes. And I was telling you earlier while he was playing that when he plays electric guitar, he plays kind of like Slash. You know, he's just like a master.
Yeah.
But
no, that was really special, man. That was a great little set. Like I kept saying it throughout the whole time we were sitting here. Like I love that
we sat here and watched the whole thing with you.
I love that he understood like that it was going to be broadcast live, so he still put on like an actual set, like you know, and like he would, and he was having a live audience.
A little bit uncomfortable doing it. But
it was amazing.
He killed it. He forgot the capo.
Yeah.
On one song, finished it off with Bad Religion. As he does a whole set of Bad Religion, so if you can ever catch that, be lucky enough to catch him playing a whole smattering of Bad Religion.
Yeah,
smattering. I think it's the second time I said smattering.
Already. Nah, I think we need to find a higher record then. Like if it's already the second time, we need to push. That's rookie numbers in this game, son.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey. So next up, I think maybe we should play the video, and then we're going to set up a call and call the dudes. So we're going to play. These are, and there's a little bit more to this, but this is Wax Moon. Wax Moon is a duo, so some more kind of acoustic, quiet, nice music before we start to get dirty.
Dirty.
It's going to get dirty.
No Christina Aguilera, but it's going to get dirty.
No. It's going to get dark and heavy.
Yeah, it's going to get dirty, though.
But this is beautiful. Some more beautiful music for you. This is Wax Moon. This is two guys, Paul and John.
Do you want to start with the wedding or the?
No, not the wedding.
Okay, so we're gonna start.
That's
okay.
for part 2. Yeah.
Fair enough.
This is a brand new song. It's called "Hello Morning." Nobody's ever heard it before. They usually do these duos, and it's usually covers. So this is the first time they've ever done an original tune. In one of these kind of Zoom Skype call performances that you see out there.
Yeah,
these guys
that is taking over the world now. Like we're essentially just doing a Zoom video festival.
Yeah, well, this is what we could do. This
is great. We still been pulling it off.
But Wax Moon, two of my best friends in the world, John Blatchford Mueller and Paul Kimball.
And what's the song name again? One more time.
I believe it was called "Hello Morning."
Okay, let's go do it.
All right.
Sun.
All right, yeah, that was amazing.
Right? And it keeps going.
Yeah, and you said like you like kind of these were the guys that you low key kind of put together.
Yeah.
In a way?
Let's we can. So it's a good story. So my my wife and I were planning our wedding, and we were trying to figure out entertainment for the wedding. And we had some songs that we like. Are we gonna play just like a little bit of it, maybe? But we have a video.
Yeah, do you want to like lead it into it, or do you want to like play it first and then we can talk about it? Or
let's call the dudes.
There we go.
Let's call it like we're gonna call the dudes. We can do that.
We
right
can
now.
do that. We have the technology. We can build them.
Let's
stronger,
call Wax Moon and see what they're up to on Father's Day. Paul is a father to two super cool kids, Reed and Milo.
FaceTime, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
The numbers are right here.
Oh no! I have to.
I
have to hit Dan really quick.
Okay, well, we'll fill some time, but we're gonna FaceTime these dudes, and we will. I'm sorry. Goodness, let me get professional here. So I guess I'll go back into the story. Wax Moon. So my wedding, I was gonna get married. I needed. We got to figure out the entertainment. My friend Ray DJ'd for us, and so we had some songs, and we're like, I wonder if like somebody could maybe just play some music for us, and then I said maybe Paul and Mueller, maybe they could get. I think they would probably work pretty well together. Maybe they could get together and play a song or two, for us, and then we won't take too much of everybody's time, and we can move on with the party, right? But it would be really special if these guys could play together, and they did, and they killed it. They played a song by request. They played I think we only had one song we asked them to play, but they ended up playing 3, maybe 4. But anyway, it was a song by this is pretty good too. So it was a song by 2 females, a band called First Aid Kit. So we got 2 dudes to sing the female stuff, but it was killer. I have a video of it. We may or may not show a little bit of it, but they killed it. Everybody looks a lot younger in the wedding footage, that's for sure. But anyway, how we doing over here with the
I'm trying to log into the FaceTime.
All right.
Yeah, it's not mine.
No. Well, we're gonna enjoy our Sunday and our beer and keep it moving anyway.
For sure.
Oh, sorry. But anyway, Ryan over here doesn't know anything about any of these bands. So
no, yeah, this is my first exposure to all these guys, so this is really good because there's probably a good amount of folks that like follow this channel that are just loyalists of the Counterproductive channel, but probably, none
of you guys know anything about this stuff.
Nah.
But a lot of these bands have been around for a bit in San Jose doing some stuff. A lot of us go back to some 20, like I was telling you earlier, 20, 25 years. So I was very fortunate to have some really good friends, jump in and give us some stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll cut to this and we'll try this again when we come right back.
Okay. Was this we're gonna watch the
wedding?
Yeah. All right. Well, here, we'll watch a little bit of this. We're not gonna go with the whole thing, but
okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
The song that Eric asked us to do. He didn't ask much, so we figured we could do this one for him. Weather.
get too deep into there, but that was it. That was the genesis right there. You guys got the exclusive. That's where Wax Moon came from. A lot of times I like to make jokes and say that I'm their manager. You know,
might as well be.
You know,
I'm gonna try this one more time just to see if we can pull them up.
Guys, I think Mueller's watching this. I'm really sorry. We're working on getting the FaceTime logged in.
Yeah, we got a little bit of amateur hour happening. Bear with us, folks. I don't think this would be like a festival of some kind if there wasn't some sort of technical difficulties.
We're rolling with it. It's the first time.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. Next. Should we click that? All right. Well,
yeah, we're unable to do the FaceTime, unfortunately, because it's not. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna have to abandon that. So, should we get into the next? Or do you want to like go into the story some more?
Let's see. What time is it? Well, stories. Well, let's talk about. It was really cool to see your reaction to some of this. Again, like I know you haven't seen any of this stuff. You don't know who any of these people are, and you were pretty.
Yeah,
wild.
no, I'm pretty impressed by everything so far. Like, I mean, like I told you before we went live, I definitely had a brief glimpse of everything when we were putting this all together to make sure everything was downloaded and whatnot. And I tried not to like watch everything just so I can like have a like reaction to it live, because I knew because you sent me the list of people and I was just like, oh yeah, no, I've never heard of any of these guys before. Like, not in a bad way, just
Sure.
I just haven't been exposed yet. So now I have been. So no, this has been great already. Yeah, Packer was great.
Packer, yeah.
Wax
Moon
Moon was
again,
excellent.
Sorry guys for the technical difficulties.
Yeah, apologies. That's a rookie.
Hey. So what? If there might be a next time.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, I hope if there is a next time, it's not through unfortunate circumstances, but more so that this was just entertaining in and of itself. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
I mean,
somebody in an ideal world, this would be happening live in the flesh.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But
anyway,
anyway, this is fun. I'm having fun.
Absolutely.
Anyway. I've got a delicious beer. We got more barbecue downstairs.
Yeah. No, I mean, unfortunately, I hope you guys have some barbecue wherever you guys are. Like, that's ideal. Once again, what was the name that wherever we got it from? South Winchester Barbecue. You said they got like 8 different locations, right?
Locations. If you're in Santa Cruz, Mission Street Barbecue, Aptos Street Barbecue, just go get some.
They didn't even pay us to talk about it. It was just that good. It's just that good.
Well, they're good friends and family. Let's go into this. So the next act we have up for you is Coldclaw, which again, great friends of mine. I've been doing a bunch of work recently with the guitar player Brandon. Love the dude. Very talented artist, tattooer. And what this is 3 brand new songs nobody's ever heard. And this is them performing these 3 brand new songs this week. It was like Wednesday night. You know what I mean? Like they said, yeah, we'll do this for you.
Oh, yeah.
We'll record 3 brand new songs that nobody's ever heard before that, Yeah. Sure.
I'm very impressed. Like you said, that's been the case kind of with most of them.
Everybody was super cool. I'm like, again, super fortunate to have the friends that I have, and that everybody just super jumped in. No questions asked, no problem. Yes, I'd love to do that for you. Thank you for asking. Well, some of them said thank you. Just kidding.
For sure. All right.
So this is Coldclaw from San Jose, California. Amazing band. And hey, remember when I told you it was going to get dirty?
Yes, you did.
This is it.
This is when we start getting dirty.
We're jumping right into the dirty.
Jumping right into the dirty, folks.
So
right.
This is 3 songs. I believe it's about 10 or 11 minutes or so. So
we're jumping in the dirty.
Tight.
But we're going to come out clean on the other side, and we'll be back.
Well, man, I'm going to go get a towel just in case.
you weren't lying, sir. We went into the depths real quick there.
Dirty.
We started off real nice, making sure anybody that was probably, if you were getting a slow Sunday started, we were still want to make sure we hit you with a little, soft, like, okay, let's get grateful, and then fucking we just went in the depths.
Yeah, that's it. That's Coldclaw.
That was Coldclaw.
A fantastic band. I don't know what you call it, black metal. I think they call it like blackened crust or something like that. But it's super fast.
Metal is in the eye of the beholder.
It's dirty, and it's yeah, they're great, super great. They've been quite well received out there as well. So I mean, like, is like making a name for a band from San Jose is really cool because a lot of people. It seems like everybody that listens to that band likes them.
Fuck yeah, no.
And they're not new, but they've been around for a couple of years, 3-4 years maybe. Very well. We had them play at the Punk Rock Flea Market. I think was within their first three shows, and it was a pleasure to have them on.
Fuck yeah.
They're great. The singer used to wear a mask, like a ski mask with the holes in the eye. It was super scary.
Yeah.
Ben comes from the rap community.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what his rap name is or what he was doing, but he's one of the dudes. He's great dude. Great. All of these dudes are great. Love him.
Fair enough.
So anyway,
did we want to try to call anybody? Or?
How about this? Why don't we play? Because we're gonna call the guy from the next band. We'll just call him afterwards and see what he thought about his performance.
Okay, fair enough.
So speaking of the San Jose Punk Rock Flea Market, that's something that I do. We could talk about that at another time, but it's something I do with my friend Richie. We have bands play, and the thing about this quarantine time is it's not as easy to get everybody in one room together, especially because of some people. I'm not saying any of these guys are nervous, but some people are nervous. Some people just don't have time.
Yeah.
Whatever. So this next band, they were unable to get together this week to make me a video. But I love these guys. These are probably my favorite new band. Not only because both of these dudes or all three of these guys are my brothers, but I've played in bands with them before. I respect them as individuals, humans. Rob's a father. Happy Father's Day, Rob. But anyway, this is War Tongue. Rob Campbell, Keith Brinkley, Stephen Campbell. Really great band. Newish. Anyway, they just shred. Their songs aren't very long. The song isn't going to be very long, but this is live at the San Jose Punk Rock Flea Market. And this is them just killing it. I don't think anybody's ever seen this video before.
Fair enough.
So it's
this
exclusive.
This is in that front little room, right?
Yeah, this is the front room.
Oh, I love that. I love
Ritz. That. So yeah, this is one of. I don't even know how many times these guys have legitimately played live yet, because everything got shut down as soon as they kind of started getting their stuff together. They have a full record recorded that our friend Gordy recorded. I got to go to the studio and watch them do a little bit of it. They have a song already out on iTunes.
Yeah.
So War Tongue, like in
War
your
Tongue.
mouth. War Tongue, 2 words. But let's get some of that, and I think you're going to be impressed by this one too.
All right, here we go. like that at the very end. It's a little, hi, Keith.
That's right.
Yeah, no, that was wartime. That was excellent, guys. You guys killed that shit.
Yeah, that's Rob in the front. That's Keith over there on the bass, and Steve in the back playing drums. So let's call Rob. Let's just call him.
Yeah, there you go.
Why not? Let's see. He's here. I think he's. Let's see. Hello. 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 Hello.
Put it like,
Hello,
Put it
hello.
like right in there.
How's it going, bud?
All right, man. How's it going?
All right. So we just played your video on the air. You're live on Counterproductive.
Oh, no.
Ryan
Live.
and Eric
Howdy,
radio.
sir.
Yeah. So anyway,
Everyone.
yeah. So I don't know. Do you have anything to say about your performance that day?
I think that was only our second show.
Yeah. How many shows have you guys played?
2.
You played 2 shows, and then life shut down as soon as your record got finished and everything else, right?
Jeez.
Yeah, we got a few offers to do some shows here and there, and we just kind of were putting everything on the back burner, waiting to get this record done. And everything was going great. We put out, I believe the single "You're the Parade" is the song we just played, and you can pick it up everywhere. And then this whole COVID thing happened and just really shut everything just to a grinding halt. And at first, I think a lot of bands are kind of thinking the same way, which is, we put out the song and thought about, hurry up and mix the record and get it out, but is there going to be any shows anytime soon? It might be better to wait it off. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's just it's a bummer.
Yeah, I was trying to I was poking you guys, trying to get you maybe you guys just could get together and practice over at Steve's house, and we could just film it real quick and just have it ready. And you're like, come on, dude.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's like if we are all behaving and doing what is asked, the small sacrifice that is asked of all of us, and we shouldn't have been getting together and rehearsing. With that being said, I'm confident in what we can do, but I would at least like a few rehearsals before.
Yeah, exactly. I get it. I get it.
But,
some dudes are doing it, some dudes aren't. I respect either way. It's up to you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, man.
But
everybody do you.
Yeah. So what's the name of the album?
Well, we don't have a name of the album.
Isn't it? It's like a number. No?
It's we have 6 songs on the track, and on the album cover there's 6 dots that just kind of represent one for each tune. We didn't really want to give it any sort of any message or any one song let any cat out of the bag or swing anything either way. So we just thought instead of numbers, or might be just kind of cool to put some symbols to represent each tune.
Yeah. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, man.
So you guys haven't really been getting together, but what do you think? I mean, one song is available online? Not all of them.
Not all of them. It's we just put out a single digital download, Apple Music. It's streaming on Spotify, Bandcamp.
Yeah. What's the plans for the rest of the tunes?
Well, they are currently in various stages of mixing.
Oh, okay. They're just not all done.
It's not all completely done, just because, as you mentioned before, the Golden Ears Gordy, he's been really busy, and also with the COVID thing, we're doing all the mixing kind of not together, you know what I mean? So it's kind of it takes a longer time process when he sends you the track, and then everybody goes and listens to it. I think everybody grabbed the same set of headphones, so we're all listening on the same headphones, and then each one of us run out to their car or various other listening devices to just, you know what I mean, get a roundabout. Then we all send notes via text. And,
what a process.
Yeah, it's a weird process rather than sitting in a room with, going, I want more of this or more of that. Can we hear it like this?
Probably more bass, right? You ever get any requests for more bass?
Well, yes, we are a very bass-driven band, but it's part of, to be honest, at first when I started this project, I thought I was going to have kind of like 2 guitar rigs and make it more of like a 3-piece that was kind of really super guitar heavy, and just more the way that the sound and the songs have evolved, and everybody really getting more involved in the writing rather than just me sitting with a guitar and a little practice amp. It really sounds kind of cooler to have it more, the guitar and the bass are really more kind of at the same level,
right,
rather than having the bass sitting under everything. And I think it gives us our own unique sound. And then I also don't have to carry another rig.
right. Hey, less gear is better.
Hey, man.
We've carried enough gear, huh?
Yeah, dude. I don't, unless I get a Rudy all of a sudden, which is not going to happen.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, man. Hey, what you guys are doing sounds really good.
Hey.
Coldclaw was great. Sounded good.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yep.
We're winging it a little bit, but we're having a good time.
Yeah.
I'm on beer number 2.
Likewise.
Mikey hooked us up with some barbecue this morning.
That's funny you say that. I just missed you. I walked in literally like 5 minutes after you did.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Listen, man, the wife asked what I wanted for Father's Day dinner. There's only one thing I can think of that I can't make myself.
Right, it's good.
And that's that kick-ass South Winchester barbecue.
Yeah,
Another
it's really
plug.
Good. It's really
All right,
good.
we love that stuff.
I'm a showman.
All right, brother. Well, appreciate you being a part of this. We loved everything. We love you.
Thank you.
Happy Father's Day, okay?
Thank you. Shout out to Keith and Steve. All right. Thanks, guys.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
All right, that was cool, huh?
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
That's
like,
my brother,
just-
Rob.
Yeah.
He's fathered to 2 killer, amazing, smart-ass daughters that, like, cause if you knew, like, the smart-ass that goes into this family, it's at level 10 and I appreciate it. And I've known him for years and years and years. I love his wife, Jenny, his kids, everybody. Anyway, and Keith and Steve, equally.
Right on.
And you know what? The drummer, Steve,
Yeah.
is Rob's nephew.
Okay. Small
There,
world, right?
you're right? Like, it just keeps going.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, if you got him, you got him, I guess.
Well, I got
You
a
never
lot.
really know
It's
where you're
funny.
gonna pull your band
There's a lot
from.
to that because we played in a band together. And when Steve was a young man, he used to hang outside of our band practices,
Yeah.
and listen and learn. And now he's 10 times a better drummer than I am. And I think I taught him inadvertently.
Inadvertently, it's so it's
But
inadvertently.
he has good
teaching
ears and he listens well. We love that kid.
No, yeah, that was awesome.
I call him
man.
a kid, and he's probably 30 now. But he's still a kid to me because he was this big, you know.
Yeah, man.
So anyway,
Yeah, no, like,
else we got?
everybody's been leaving some comments. We kind of been ignoring you guys a little bit, but thank you guys, every one of you guys, for tuning in right now. Like we said, this is probably a great mixture of like our usual suspects of this channel, and then folks probably just tuning in for the first time just for
hopefully we got
this
some-
day. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you like what you've been seeing, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. We be doing this thing kind of on the regular, so that's why you kind of approached
Not
us
this
for
thing.
this. Not this specifically.
You guys are always doing
But
something
we
on the regular.
like to go
This is
live a
an
lot. We like to
active
try
channel.
to promote as
I'm a
much
fan of
local
this channel,
talent,
which
whether
is why
it's
I called them.
comedians, musicians, all that. We like to try to promote that. So it's a very happy marriage to make this day happen today. So should we go into our next?
Oh well, the next one is going to be pretty special for this channel.
Yeah, it's.
I think if you're a fan of this channel, this is probably what you've been waiting for.
Anybody watching right now that is our usual suspects, you definitely have home field advantage right now as far as the fan pool, because this next video is something very special that the boy Dan, who runs this channel, Counterproductive, put together.
He put it together.
He is one half
4 minutes ago.
Pretty much, yeah. No, while we were sitting here talking, like I was sitting here watching the video, like uploading, processing, and I'm listening to him talk. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
so-
all right, it's done. Let's go.
So yeah, this thing is coming together literally up to the minute.
This is how the best things come together, though. Honestly, like you said too, like pretty much all the acts today, it was almost all going to be something different. But then they were just like, oh yeah, you know what? Here, this is just what I put together for you.
Yeah. So
Deal with it.
you want to talk about exclusive?
And it's been great.
We just got this minutes ago. Nobody's seen it. I'm sure nobody's seen it.
Nobody's seen
Only
it.
one person has seen it, the guy that made it and just uploaded
And he
it to
just
us,
uploaded it
which is
to us.
one of the performers and one of our dudes.
Yeah,
Thanks, Dan.
homegrown talent. This is Death Dealers Anonymous with mixed by Itchy the Killer. Let's get into it.
After the shooting, someone scrawled the gang's name in the blood of their fallen homeboy.
Treat your baby mama like a bakery. I'm trying to find out how much bread she make a week. I'm patient, so I'll wait and see. She know I'm the coach, so when I run the place, she taking me. I could do whatever, she won't go unless I make her leave.
Pull up to the spot, and I'm sitting on chrome. Minks on the floor, got them pockets full of stones. Flashback, play your shit, chillin' on my phone. While I'm pouring champagne for the killers in my zone.
Gold on my neck, keep a pole in the tech. If I roll on your set, then I'm rolling with death. I'm the type to put a bullet in your dome for a check. Or I'll reach into the seat and put a hole in your chest. Don't fucking touch that. Never took no lessons, but I learned to work them keys. All these grams, what the fuck? All these bands, what the fuck? Yeah.
Pop out with the hammer, if I pour it, I'ma squeeze. 30 stick, what the fuck? Let it rip, what the fuck? Yeah.
I get the bustin', ain't no indication. The clip extended like an invitation. I keep an arsenal up in the basement. Won't make no difference if they see your faces. Don't need no witnesses, won't be no statements.
But I still cop the dub from the homie up the block. But I still buy the swisher when I'm rolling up the chop. I improve the bottom line, till we lonely at the top. And we got these motherfuckers when we open up the shop.
I'm the type to weigh the bag twice. When the knocks test the work, we call them lab mice. Every time a cop dies, play bagpipes, last rites. Curry powder on my crab rice.
Let them talk on speaking phase, we go run there and talk. Then I'ma pull up, swinging that gate, get your dumb ass shot. Yeah, that's your pace, that's where you stay. Yeah, you run that spot. I'll turn no section in the Tetris when I crush that block, little bitch.
My mood erratic, you don't want no static. Bust a automatic, bloodstain on my paddock. Take out everybody standing, lay your mammy on the granite. If I'm aiming for a portrait, then I'm shooting panoramic.
Better slide when they slip, little bitch, get your block spun. Stock truck, back in the back for the shotgun. Pull up with the hammer, bet they scatter when them shots rush. Pull up to your crib, I with them kids, now they my godson.
Never took no lessons, but I learned to work them keys. All these grams, what the fuck? All these bands, what the fuck? Yeah.
Pop out with the hammer, if I board it, I'ma squeeze. 30 step, what the fuck? Let it rip, what the fuck?
Soon as I got a bag, if you got it bad. If I want it, I ain't gotta ask. I ain't gotta ask, that's 100, yeah. Pistol on my hip, she don't give me lip, yeah. Eagle on my waist, evil on my face. Hey, I got the pills, the fiends, they crushing, smoking for. I got that work, I put that work up in the pot and let it boil. I whip that work, said all my bitches loyal, put that on the soil. Ay, if it's a drop that we inflate the price like oil. I'm a Saudi prince, can't see through my Audi tears. You the type to fall out with your people's all about a bit. If baby roll with me, you know she's selling it. I came here well equipped, I might just pop up for the hell of it.
Swear, yeah, that's that go that got me good and ready to destroy, yeah. All them hoes who steady talking loud, I set them straight, yeah. That is all I guess I'm cutting out that bit. Mother, shut your mouth, you wanna move up there and up on
got a mask on my face, on my waist, it's a tag. Money be the god, death be the set.
Got racks on demand,
by the day. Cash a check, pussy purring in my face and I ain't break a sweat. Water on me dripping wet, popping pills and pouring tech. Watch the shorty snort a check and start working with the neck. I'm the devil in the flesh. I'm the devil in the flesh. Chopper sound like double bass. It's a heavy metal set. It gon' sound like Iron Maiden, the trooper. When I spray up the Uber, ain't no face on the shooter. Nickel plate on the Ruger, busting out the moonroof of the sideshow. Screaming die slow, pussy bitch. I hope you die slow. She think I'm a psycho. Flashes out the rifle. Later they retaliate, cause it's a vicious cycle. Hey. King Tut, all this gold on me. In a function with that thing tuck. Case they roll on me. Hey, all them drugs I'm mixing got a hold on me. Bitch, I'm rolling deep. If we throw them things, just go to sleep.
Fuck the other side, let the shooter slide. 30 in the clip, I load the thing and then I pop some. Fuck the other side, baby, who gon' ride? We with all this shit, and I promise they don't want none.
I wanna kill it.
Fuck it.
It's hard to see the body slam when you're this high up. Look at this butt down, so once I get mine, and my wings dry up, and my wings dry up. So for the sound of me kissing the ground with a squint eyebrow, over which since my crown like that, so I live like what? Sad with a wrist, but it's a tuck.
Yeah, brought a big 9 out when the click right out. Ain't tied a loose lip, put liquor, find out that I did mine. Him out with this, I was still side out. Fix my house, nickel on the surface of the square. Up, rock a murder in the stairs, by the permanent impairment. The hurdles everywhere, run the circuit everywhere. Experience is only what the actions of the person it prepares.
Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Legendary clip extend, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Legendary clip extend, my boy.
To you, I dedicate, I separate, wrap me up like heaven's gate. When rescues lay like an A. Inside the backwood, favor for taste, seconds. So red states, top in my bracelet.
Vodka on sale, cop the yeah. Call up my ex, don't you want me back? Gunshots in the hood, heard lots of straps. On some Yu-Gi-Oh shit, it's a block attack. Cosmic blast, give me energy. Gave up that walk home like I'm Eckersley. At the bar with the broads, getting fed for free. If her self-esteem low, then she live for me. In the Uber pool, feeling super cool. Flexing them brand new shoes from school. Not me, cause I cut like that beautiful. Toss out the handbook, I don't do the rules. Losing fuel like I spilled the tank. Recharge with a talk and build a strength. These lines write themselves, I just fill the blanks. And I don't fake the funk, bitch, I really stank.
Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Legendary clip extend, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Legendary clip extend, my
boy. I'm a piece of shit. Sell drug right in front of your kid. Lick shot right in front of your crib. So best stop running your lips. Sipping rocket, feel I'm robotic. If you see me rocket, then the whole body. Got gold covering my whole body. I'm a pro body, bitch, nobody. You're a nobody, got nobodies. Talking big, but you don't run it. Send him home with that snow bunny. Waking up, he got no money. Ooh, you taking losses. Pop me a perk and I start feeling nauseous. She wanna fuck, but I'm way too exhausted. Just put my dick through the hole in my box and step in my office. I'm on the job, but I ain't got no bosses. If you step to be cautious, I'll bet that I'll steal on your chin like Colossus.
I be with that sleepwalk beast, that drug coat, yeah, them jaded guys. Poison on my teeth, I keep a duffel full of paper guys. Twisting up some mids all in a bootleg pair of Saint Laurents. Pull up and I wait upon. Take your fucking head off, baby. I ain't tryna graze your mind. Girl so big and shaking stuff. Girl so loud it's waking up. People who were catching Z's like 4 cities away from us. Fuck you tryna do, I keep that Mac pack just like Rambo. Dumping off the bullets, keep a backpack full of ammo. Tuck 'em all or lose it, catch that pep through your flannel. Wolfing like you want it, you get left that you get handled. That thing finna buzz, slang that lean for your cub. I got strikes just like I'm Kruger, plus them drinks will get crushed. Boy, the Oldsmobile is overkill, Supremes pulling up. Got me dripping like peroxide, yeah, that's clean in the cup. That's clean.
Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Legendary clip extend, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Hey, I'm a piece of shit, my boy. Legendary clip extend, my boy.
Three.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very.
Wow.
We were partying in here.
We were about to take a shot allegedly, but Like we were feeling ourselves. We're probably still gonna do that thing on the next set.
Well, maybe.
Wow.
But yeah,
that was really good, dude.
Like
I mean, those were like. I think that first one was a new song for sure, but those last couple.
Yeah.
Burp. Those last couple definitely.
Wow.
I've heard before, but just the way that he mixed them all together.
Yeah, that was a crazy. Once in a lifetime. I mean, who knows? Like let's call Dan.
Yeah, we're gonna call Dan.
We're gonna call Dan right now. Anyway,
we're gonna talk about this.
Dan, who is the owner and operator of this channel. He said no.
Hold on.
But anyway, Dan, Dirtbag Dan. I don't know if he's Dirtbag Dan anymore. Allegedly.
Call ended. I don't know. I think it's Fun Dad. Man, we were
just phone died.
Because now I call him.
But anyway, he put that together just for us. I mean,
I see you guys trying to call me.
Yeah, Ryan.
Yeah, what's up?
Ryan has an Android, I think.
I don't know if my shit was just not working or what.
Hi. Okay, you got to give us the lowdown on what exactly was that. I mean, blown away, man. Thank you for showing that. Thank you for putting it together for me, for us, for everybody.
I did relatively nothing. Itchy, the killer, put that super dope mix together, and then I just kind of like haphazardly put together a video for the first song because we didn't have any video for that one, and then blended the other videos together to the best of my ability. Like, there's some timing, in order to mix the songs together, he has to adjust the timing a little bit. So for me, I just had to find, how much faster, how much slower it is for the video, and do the little transition. So it wasn't too much on my end.
Well, I mean, when did we talk about it? On Sunday or Monday?
Oh yeah. I did it yesterday, so.
Yeah, no, we were sitting here just I was refreshing, okay, it's almost done.
That's cool, man. That was, yeah. So, that was incredible. So the first song is a new song?
Yeah, that's a song called Pass the Brew. DJ Koza did the beat, and it's going to be on the Ruin Your Day 4 compilation, which comes out next week. So basically, I'm going to do a little more editing on this video right here, and then after the Ruin Your Day 4 album drops, then I'll release this video for everybody on YouTube.
Super good.
Yeah, no, that was entertaining.
Yes, I couldn't stop. Like I said, we were partying.
I was stoked on it when I heard it for the first time. It's always sick to hear all your stuff all mixed together like that. Especially with the new Koza songs in there, and he picked some of my favorite DDA joints. So I'm definitely super happy with it, and I think Itchy's going to be doing a lot more of that for different artists, and definitely for us in the future. We'll probably do some separate DDA mixes that I'll cut videos for.
Yeah.
I'm bored, dude. I'm bored, and I'm just staring at dogs all the time.
So you got a new dog today?
Oh my god, dude! It's the cutest. It's the most handsome dog in the world, but he's also the most fucked up dog that I've ever rescued. His feet are completely swollen, and he had the worst fleas I've ever seen in my life, and he's just a fucking mess. I'm talking about you. Yeah, that's right.
So what we're talking about is Dan also in his spare time from being a world famous rapper and video editor, he's saving dogs. He's rescuing all kinds of dogs all the time.
That's true.
Adopt My Block is the name of the organization.
Yes.
And,
you can give him a follow on Instagram.
If you're watching this live through the Make Music San Jose, we have a link that you can donate even to it. I'm sorry we haven't had a lot of time before to mention it.
That's awesome.
We're flying.
We definitely appreciate it. We've been doing a lot of work, and we've had it's been a weekend full of maimed dogs. Our little homeless Chihuahua buddy got his dang ear ripped off, and this guy is just a mess. But both of them, we got Yoda all fixed up and stitched up, and we took his balls out while we were at it, and then This guy's on the road to recovery. Got a bath, got some flea meds on him, and he's got an appointment tomorrow with the vet. So it's a lot of work. I'll tell you what, I'm a part-time rapper, full-time dog dude for sure.
Yeah, you definitely are. I've helped you out a couple of times, and glad to do it.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Salute all the homies that have came through for me with the dog shit, because it's definitely not. It's a team effort. Like, there's so much work to be done with this shit all the time that it's like I always need someone to help me carry a dog house here or pick up a dog there. And thank you for hitting me up when you find dogs that are in trouble, because that's like I know it seems like you're giving me problems, but you're actually giving me solutions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like 3 times in a week, I'm like, hey Dan, there's a dog over here. Hey Dan, there's a lost dog over here. And then I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna stop calling you, like, but you're the the dog guy. So.
The dog whisperer, the real dog whisperer.
Don't stop calling me, keep calling me, because I gotta save all these dogs.
Yeah.
Dog bag Dan.
Dog bag Dan.
But speaking of, I gotta save a dog right now. I got one get dropped off, so I'll talk to you guys later.
Right on. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Keep it going. Shouts out to everyone that played music on the channel today. That's awesome. I've been watching. So we'll do this again sometime. Seems cool.
Oh,
yeah, no,
awesome.
This is fun.
Thanks for having me, and cheers. Have a good one.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Later.
So that's Dog Bag Dan.
Dog bag Dan, aka Dirtbag Scorsese.
Yeah, adopt my block.
Dot my block. Yeah, definitely go throw Dan a follow.
He is 100% doing it, like saving dogs.
Yeah,
all day.
and they definitely need as much help as possible too.
I live down the street from him, so he calls me from time to time, and like he's like, "Hey, I got this dog house that I need to deliver, but it's too big to fit in the caddy.
Yeah,
can you bring your truck over?"
Bang.
You know, and we'll deliver stuff, pick up stuff. But yeah, like he was saying, like I call him and I bother him, like, hey dude, I've seen a dog over here, or this thing just showed up at my house, like, what do I do? And he's just boom, he's right there. He like, drops everything and he's right there. So like he said he was getting a 100-pound dog today, and this apparently not in the best of shape, but he's gonna make everything right.
No, yeah,
he's find a good home for it.
He's very thorough. He does the right thing. Yeah, and like if you're watching this channel for the first time ever, like you're just tuning in, like he actually runs this channel, like because we've kind of expanded Counterproductive into being like more of like an all-encompassing network.
Yeah,
you know, like what is it? Fox, NBC, or whatever, but not terrible.
No, not terrible at all.
Not terrible,
or at least not that.
And
terrible.
there's a bunch of different content on this channel, and it all starts with that man right there. So fucking
where's
salute.
Dogman Dan is at his house taking care of dogs. Literally,
he was literally like, that's why he kept like I couldn't get the call at first. He was in the middle of a thing.
He had a dog on him with fleas.
Not terrible at all. Yeah, for a guy named Dirtbag, he's actually a pretty swell fellow.
Yeah. So where are we at? I got my notes here. We're a little bit ahead of schedule.
We're a little bit ahead. So that's why I was gonna say, like, do you want to like call them first on this next one, and then like to be able to preface what we're about to see from them, or do you want to watch it and then call them and see what's going on?
No, because the next 2 segments are separate,
and they're pretty special.
And then they're gonna run together. So I guess what we could talk about a little bit is that, I just want to talk about Death Dealers.
Yeah, that was pretty good, man. That first song.
I'm such a fan.
Like I've been able to see just the antithesis, and I've been able to see the origins of Death Dealers Anonymous, and being able to watch it progress and evolve. And I got to like have a small hand in the very first videos that he helped make, because I just had to be the camera guy for him, and to see like the way like they've been able to like.
I remember talking to Dan like in his backyard, just sitting down and him being like, the next shit I do, it's gonna be like this gangster, just the worst everything. You know what I mean? The darkest, like it's all characters. No one's, Dan's obviously not running around shooting people.
Allegedly.
I don't know if he has the biggest gun. But it's great. It's been super cool to I'm not a part of it at all, but to see it like manifest, like, and it's gone from like kind of like garage kind of stuff, and now he's working with this DJ Akoza guy who's apparently like one of his favorite producers ever anyway.
Allegedly.
Like, so allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Everything now with DDA is allegedly.
Oh, of course.
Yes. I mean, he don't say that. I just have thrusted that upon to him.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm just speaking from the outside in, from what I've seen. But watching it manifest from like kind of like the backyard now to like, imagine being able to work with your favorite producer all of a sudden, like the guy that makes the coolest beats that you love, and he's just like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you come? Yeah, I'll do some songs with you. Sure, no problem. You know, for me, I as a musician, that would be a mind blower for me.
Yeah, no,
so
they were
really cool that to see that now that's what they're doing.
They were another story of not being able to like they were about to like go do a bunch of live shows, like especially down south and whatnot. So they're like another case of like, you know, COVID unfortunately like kind of put a wrench in the whole live event situation. I mean, you know, that's why I say like this has been fun, this has been great, but like hopefully in the future if we do this again, it's not under the same circumstances as far as like not being able to do live events again.
Oh yeah,
you know, it's just some fun.
It's
just some fun thing that we're doing to promote our folks.
Yeah, I mean, you guys being the battle rap kind of community, like you throw your own events. With like say like the punk rock flea market, I haven't San Jose punk rock flea market. I haven't been able to do one. You know, that's who even knows.
Yeah.
When the next something like that could be.
Yeah.
Or if we're gonna have to change it up completely to like, I mean, even if in order to even have something like that, how would we do it?
Yeah.
But you were saying allegedly there might be some battle rapping happening soon, and it's
that's
gonna
also
be
that's also allegedly true.
Yeah, interesting dynamic trying to see how to social distance and
though allegedly
responsibly.
There'll allegedly be 4 or 5 battles, and we're gonna see how everyone reacts and behaves because. Yeah. It's. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not gonna like. You know, like some people are gonna probably show up with masks, some people aren't. It's gonna be like one of those things. It's like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm just there to film. I'm there to film, so we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good on you guys. I mean, like it could be some legendary stuff. You know, like they could live in infamy. You know, one way or the other, you know, like, but
yeah, the pandemic.
I know what the setup is. I mean, it's outdoors. It's about as safe as it could be. Probably as safe as the situation I was with.
Yeah,
you know, some family yesterday. You know, like
I would think so.
It's kind of nerve wracking being around groups of people, I guess, still, right?
Yeah,
kind of weird.
It is because it's like I want to be very much about not being afraid of like just like doing normal things, but then you know you do a bunch of normal things and then you read some things and then it's like
then you watch the news
and then it's like maybe I shouldn't be doing those things. I guess I don't know.
I've been doing my best.
It's a hard call, but you know, like it's kind of weird though because I've been presented with the question of, you know, if there was a live event tomorrow, would you go? And I'd be like, yeah, probably.
I don't know.
With a mask on, I guess I'd risk it.
Oh,
just because I love music.
You go to the grocery store, right?
Yeah, that's how I kind of look at it.
I mean, like if you try to just be smart about it.
If we're at the point, where
I don't recommend anything to anybody.
Yeah, no, I have no medical knowledge degree. I'm not even a hobbyist, an amateur, anything of it.
Doctor.
I have nothing. I don't even.
It's just like, but the thing is that's why we're here right now. That's why we're doing this, because we have to.
Yeah, no,
like,
this is
fun. The way to present music to people that are looking for some entertainment.
Absolutely, yeah, no, like I said, I've been very grateful that you presented the opportunity to me because this is like pretty much like, you know, if you're watching right now and you're not used to like the channel or you've seen me do what I do on this channel, like. This is kind of the lane that I be trying to strive for as far as just promoting people, especially like local talent more and all this. Mm-hmm. So this has just been a fun extension of what I usually do anyway. So this has been great, and like to be able to like learn about a bunch of new people that I haven't heard of before, but now I'm gonna go check out, and especially post.
We're writing down a list, right? Like I'm giving him. Like,
Oh yeah,
okay,
no,
if
yeah.
you like
He's been
this,
giving me homework.
Then check out this. If you like this, then check out this.
Oh yeah,
it's
all
literally
episode.
got a list.
No, and like I'm probably gonna try to go check out most, if not all of these acts, like post COVID world when we can go back to live events again.
Earlier I saw in the chat that people were looking for Shawn Packer and couldn't find him on iTunes. I mean, the reason is because Shawn Packer doesn't really have a solo career.
Jeez, what?
He
just did the thing for this right now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he's in a bunch of bands. Like, he's a guitar player, but he can do that.
Well, if you really
he's a great dude to go camping with.
If you really liked what you've seen, then
sit
today,
around the fire with that guy all night.
When this live stream is over, this replay will stay up, forever. So you can come check. You can come back and check that out, because that was a very special way to start this off.
Yeah, I mean, a great start. Like, that's a great way, for your Sunday.
Absolutely,
just
and
running
especially
in here,
like
turning everything on and go.
Yeah, no, basically, like I'm very much a fan of the fly-by-night strategy.
I'm with it, because look at me.
Yeah, I'm with it because look at me.
Yep. But anyway, what did we hear already? So Shawn Packer started it out with a nice set from his living room.
Beautiful set.
After that, we had Wax Moon.
Yes.
Which is two fellows. I mean, like.
And what was that first song what was the name of it, dude?
It was called Good Night.
Good Night.
Good Night.
Or Good Morning?
No, it was called Hello Morning.
Hello Morning.
That's what it was called. I'm sorry. It's a brand new song. I never heard it before.
Yeah,
that
was very beautiful.
I hadn't
too.
even watched the video before, so
it's very much in my lane too. Like I love a very wide variety of music. So like when I'm not listening to like some like super hyped up,
Well,
like,
we've been talking mostly about like country and like country rock and stuff like that, and
like I love like Iron and Wine and like people like that as well too. So like
that's right up that.
That
alley,
almost
right?
like that very fit that alley very well.
And
So that was a great way to start all of this off between those two acts.
And they can play. Like, they're entertaining. I mean, it's just two. I mean, from the outside, it seemed like it's just two guys playing like guitars and just kind of standing there. But like, it's mesmerizing me. Like you go like deep inside quick. I mean, they're so good. They're so good.
Yeah.
I saw them once at somebody's house. I think it was a birthday party or something. But it was just like they played in this backyard. But it was on this hillside, way up Los Gatos Hills, like so you could just see the valley behind them. Like it was one of the more like it was right when I had moved back here from Texas, and they were like, "Why don't you come out? Check this out. Come up to Forrest's house and check it." And we like drove and up into the hills and holy shit, and mansion, kind of situation, but back patio, and it was just like. All you could hear was the birds chirping and those guys, and it was pretty much one of the more amazing things I'd ever seen ever. I think, you know what I mean. Just a pleasure to watch those dudes anytime. And when they play, I think they play locally up in San Francisco, like the Parish, maybe places like that. They have videos out. They've done a lot of the same type of video that we watched, where it's kind of the two people. Separately, but then they edit it together.
Yeah.
But mostly they always do covers. So what we watched was like the first time they've ever done that with one of their originals. It was one of their brand new songs that's not out yet. So,
oh wow, that was special too. Thank you guys for sending that in there.
Yeah, right. So Wax Moon, can't say enough.
Yeah,
good
so
things
everybody
about.
pretty much more or less has like send in some sort of a exclusive performance in one way or the other.
Coldclaw sent us after that. It's Coldclaw from San Jose, very like black metal, doomy, not really so much doomy, so to speak.
Just like we're about to go to war,
grinding, really hardcore metal. Good friends of mine, Brandon. Thank you for putting that together. That was Coldclaw playing in their rehearsal space. 3 brand new songs. This week I think.
No, the homie Tony Lastro pointed out that looked like a really great rehearsal space when that was happening.
It's a place in San Jose. It's been there forever and ever and ever. It's called the Practice Place. It's on North 4th Street, just north of the bowling alley. They're in there in that labyrinth somewhere.
Yeah.
But I guess they're jamming. They're not afraid. I think by the power of black metal, nobody's getting sick because they're already sick as fuck. Anyway, love those guys. Good friends, Coldclaw. After that, War Tongue. That was a live performance live from the San Jose Punk Rock Flea Market. The last one we had.
Which again, I love that front little room. I love being able to walk into a San Jose Punk Rock Flea Market, going into the front, and there's just like some band just playing in that front little room.
Yeah.
Like simultaneously, that's where like kind of some merch is too. And then you walk into the rest and you see like the giant pit of just all the vendors and whatnot. Yeah. But it's just great like to see like there's all these like secret little rooms throughout the Ritz where everybody's just getting down hella hard. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, there's this big ass like flea market going on, so that's very special too.
Yeah, we love the San Jose Flea Market, San Jose Punk Rock Flea Market. We also love the San Jose Flea Market. Shout out to Craig Highcomb at the San Jose Flea Market. San Jose Punk Rock Flea Market, however, occurs at the Ritz. We usually do it 4 times a year. But until live music venues are open and everybody knows what the heck is going on, we're here
peddling them tunes. We're peddling them tunes.
Yeah. So we got some tunes. What time is it?
It's 3:47.
3:47, huh?
As I was saying, like we could call them a little bit to perfect, like kind of like introduce us, and then like go into whatever, and then like call them back afterwards to talk about it.
The homie. So okay, let me give it like a little. Okay, this next band. They're not from San Jose.
Okay.
They're not. They're from Portland. They're from Portland, Oregon, and they're ruling in Portland, Oregon. But heavy San Jose connection, not only to the city, but to me personally, because it's one of my best friends, Greg Emily. He plays in a band called Holy Grove. And if you've been around long enough in San Jose, Greg used to run around with us downtown. He was my roommate. He was my roommate in 3-4 different houses that I lived in downtown. We grew up together in Morgan Hill. We both discovered heavy music together. I was lucky enough to see this band Sleep, who's, long story. I was lucky enough to see Sleep on like a Wednesday night at the Cactus Club because they were just a local band back then, and my brain exploded all over the walls. I came to school the next day I came back to high school the next day, and I told my friend Greg, I was like, dude, you like Black Sabbath, right? And he said, yeah. And I said, dude, like,
you want to be in a band?
Well, no, it wasn't even that. It was, dude, like this band Sleep that I saw last night is heavier. It's like Black Sabbath if you slowed them down and tuned it down to 2 levels.
Oh, shit.
And he was just like, holy, no way. And there's a whole nother story about when we went and bought the Sleep CD at Tower Records together. But one of my best homies ever, and ever. But his band, Holy Grove, he moved up to Portland, Oregon, and then put a band together. He never would have put together or could have put together in San Jose, 100%. He kind of started over, took off when it was kind of a dead time. I don't blame him at all. But he went to Portland and started this great band called Holy Grove. And they've been to San Jose a couple of times. They've played here at least twice, maybe 3 times. But we can call him.
Let's do it.
You want to call Greg?
Yeah, let's
maybe he could talk about
what we're about to see.
And then afterwards, we're gonna Skype him for the finale. Let's just talk about that a little bit for a second. The finale is we're gonna talk to Ari Rosenshine from Granite Path. Granite Path is crazy next level, like 90s band that was in San Jose only for a minute, but like they were the best band there was, period. Like, no joke. You saw this band and you were floored, and also you thought it was like 1973 when they were playing. You're like, they had like bell bottoms and like long hair, and they looked like 1973 and sounded like 1973, but it was like 1994 Korn, 95, 96 Korn era, like that was what was playing after them. But it was so cool. But anyway, we're gonna get into that. I'm going to call Greg right now.
Let's do that.
Sorry, we're running.
No, we're perfect.
We are perfect. You're right. All right, we're doing it. Here we go.
Put it like right up there.
Yeah, see? There, Ari's on the...
Hey, guy.
Homie.
What's up, brother?
How's it going?
I'm doing all right.
So,
enjoying the show.
Are you watching?
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm watching.
We're winging it over here, huh?
I dig it.
Anyway, so I was talking about your band a little bit. I was kind of giving my point of view because I don't know. I feel like I know everything about your band, and I kind of.
You're like the fifth Beatle of our band, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh.
You're the George Martin.
We have fireworks already going off over here.
Yeah.
What was that?
It was not a gunshot. I'm pretty sure that was just
fireworks.
a firework.
Sensei's letting me down.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll have some gunshots soon. So anyway, your band, I was kind of saying that like you'd kind of maybe had it with San Jose downtown and just kind of decided to split and went to Portland and started this band that you probably always wanted to start. Is that close?
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. We grew up growing up in Morgan Hill. San Jose kind of seemed like, the big city, and I served my time, spent 10, 15 years living downtown, and I was just sort of ready for a change of environment. And when everything went to shit in like 2008, it was a perfect opportunity for me to move up here.
Yeah.
And put a band together. The band I've been wanting to put together for years and years and years. But just never.
But honestly, that band probably wouldn't have happened in San Jose. I don't think.
Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. It's just.
I don't know why, but.
Yeah, I don't really know why either. That's a good question, but it definitely took me getting out of San Jose, I think, to find the right people and put the band together.
So the band Holy Grove, I could describe it, but do you guys have like a stock canned answer?
Yeah, I mean, we got the shorthand, which is, sort of Black Sabbath fronted by Janis Joplin, is how I kind of explain it to people.
That's pretty good, huh?
Who are not, really schooled in what we do. That's kind of the shorthand. That's what you tell your parents.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, okay. And then you turn it on, and you're like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, okay. You guys write your own songs?
Is this a Janet Joplin song? Is this a Black Sabbath song, or is this a Janet Joplin song?
Do you guys get to play at any weddings or anything? That's sort of the shorthand. But we're sort of influenced by the heavier '70s stuff and the modern sort of doomy stuff, and
Right. So the performance that we're gonna play, I think that we're gonna do 2 songs, and it's live from the world famous Kenton Club.
Yeah, the Kenton Club up here. It's from every year. Some buddies of ours, my buddy Justin, who plays bass in the band Witch Mountain, and my buddy Blaine, that used to play in a band called Lamprey with Justin. They put on a show every year called Ceremony of Sludge, and it's like
Death Imagine.
Sort of a Portland smorgasbord of all of the heavier bands in town. And I believe the clip that we're going to watch is from last year's 2019's Ceremony of Sludge.
The Ceremony of Sludge. So
yeah, we've been lucky enough. We've been fortunate enough to play pretty much. I want to say 8 out of the 10 years, or 7 out of the 10 years they've been doing it. This is the 2019 edition from March of 2019, before when people could still play shows.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Is the Kenton Club still open, or are they going to stay open?
I
Do you
think
know?
They're gonna make it. Yeah, I think they've actually. We're in phase 1 here, so with people are going to bars and shit already, and I know that. I think the Kenton Club is. It's been around for so long. I don't think it could die at this point. I think you've actually been there. That's where you and me and you saw us play like one of our early shows when you were up here with Andy and Carrie and everybody.
Oh, all right. Well, I scanned through the video. I didn't look familiar, but you guys were shredding. I'm sure I've been to the Kenton Club.
Yeah, I think we smoked joints out in front of it.
Hey.
If you could imagine that.
Yeah, allegedly, I think is the.
Oh, okay. Sorry, allegedly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, why don't we play? So we got 2 songs from you, and we might as well just roll them both because we can.
We have the power.
Your songs are a little on the longer side, so everybody should probably go grab a brewski, a cold one, a fresh one.
You're gonna start the video when people get back, though, after I'm getting that brewski.
No, we're gonna talk right. Go get your brewski now. Go.
But I mean, like, just have your
then we're gonna
phone in
talk.
your hand the entire time while you're watching.
You told everyone to step away from their computer. Right
No, yeah.
No, take your
whatever
laptop to the
whatever you're
fridge.
watching this on, grab it with you the entire way.
Take your iMac underneath your arm.
Yeah, walk it to the fridge.
See, if we keep just stalling, maybe they'll have a beer. No, I don't know. But anyway,
We have gave yes.
We're really stoked. You have a strong San Jose connection. I was gonna. Why not? Do you have a? I know you're a fan of Super Taqueria. So,
It's in my blood.
like when? Like how long has it been since you've had Super Taqueria?
Dude, when was the last time I was down there? I got us. It's been at least a year. It's been at least a year, but it's.
When I moved, when I moved to Texas, like I would have dreams about Super Taqueria.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally when I come to town, I would say the first, if not probably the first stop on the way from the airport. It's a can't miss. Fucking love that place.
It's still solid, 100%, and they're open.
It's tasted the same. It's tasted exactly the same for 25 years. So,
At least.
I mean,
It's probably tasted the same for 40 years, except we only started 25 years ago.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Well, that's good. We love Super Taqueria. Hey, we love South Winchester Barbecue too, right?
Yeah, shout out to South Winchester Barbecue. I was gonna try to get some fact stuff here for this, but I don't think that will work that way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The homie I saw the homie Mikey this morning. Rob saw him, so everybody's in touch. I love it.
I miss those dudes.
They miss you. But we're all together today. So let's enjoy some Holy Grove live from the Kenton Club. We got a little special secret. Not special secret. We already talked about it a little bit, but you're gonna talk to Ari with me because you and I discovered Granite Path together, and
Our Granite Path memories are intertwined.
and we dorked out on that band maybe harder than any other band ever.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the only San Jose band that we followed around.
We did.
And would follow them around in all of the various Campbells and Sunnyvales and bowling alleys, pizza parlors.
Yeah. And then they opened for Caius at that epic show at the Cactus.
Yeah.
People were standing on top of the fence. It was epic.
Yeah. Scott Reeder blowing the power out.
That's right. He blew the power out. All right. Well, let's stop bullshitting and let's watch some Holy Grove.
Let's do it.
Okay. Later. Talk to you soon, bud.
had at a ceremony of sludge.
That was excellent, man. That was Holy Grove, Death of Magic.
Yeah.
I allegedly have been smoking a little bit, so I already forgot what the location of that place was that they recorded from. But it was
the world famous Kenton Club.
Kenton Club, gotcha.
Up there in the Northwest.
I love the Northwest, man. Like I usually make it up there once or twice a year, especially just because for one I have friends up there, so I can stay up there, but also I just like it up there. And like this year, my buddy's actually going to be getting married very soon. So shout out to my buddy Andy Reynolds.
My parents live up there.
Him and his
shout out to
lady
Dad.
Sabrina's going to get married.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, hey, happy Father's Day.
I don't know
man.
if he's watching this.
But shouts out anyway.
My mom gave me some feedback about our stream that we had on Friday. So I don't know if she's watching this one or not.
What is that?
Don't worry about it.
Is there any
Ryan.
critiques?
Everything's fine.
I need to do something better?
I need to talk more into the microphone.
Validate my feelings.
No, you're doing great. Like, I'm just saying, maybe the 70+ crowd, it's not for them.
So this next video is also gonna at the ceremony of sludge.
Yeah, the same
place,
okay. Same night, just a
same
different
place,
song. One of these songs is from their first record. One of these songs is from their second record. I believe that song, if I'm not
first
mistaken,
one was Death of Magic. This next one is going to be Bladeborn.
Bladeborn, and I believe Bladeborn is theirs. I could be wrong. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I think Bladeborn is from their second record, and the first one, Death of Magic, is from their first record.
Fair enough. All right, let's get into this, and then we'll probably call up.
Yeah. So after this, we're gonna try some fun stuff. We're gonna try and talk to.
We're gonna try to push our technical capabilities.
Yeah, we're gonna try to see what we can do. We're gonna try and talk to Ari from Granite Path, and we're gonna try and talk to Greg at the same time. So Greg and I can dork out with Ari about Granite Path, and we got some stuff to show you and some new music from Ari. So we'll see how this goes. But here's some more Holy Grove. Get with it.
so much.
F it, we're gonna do it.
We're gonna
live.
try it.
We're gonna try it.
We're gonna do it live.
I mean, we're gonna try it.
I've never done this before ever, and I'm sure Ryan has never.
I mean, I
stretched it out
have,
for
but I just
3
haven't
hours.
had these sorts of technical difficulties
well, I
before.
walk
Of course,
in and I'm like,
of
I
course,
need
it's gonna
this,
be on the day
I need
of
this,
we
and I
need to
need
do
this.
things. You know what I mean?
And I need this, and I need this, and I need it. No, it's fine. We're good, man.
Let me see how this is.
We're gonna roll. We're having a good time. Almost out of this delicious beer from South Winchester Barbecue.
Oh, how about that?
Hey,
how about that? There we go.
You know who this is? Do we have audio? Can you
hear
say
us?
something, bud?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
How about that? Hey,
Hey. We did it. Finally,
we did something right on this whole
did
thing.
Something right.
We
This
look
is
professional
crazy.
to some degree.
This is crazy because of the footage delay. I had like the live footage on one screen, and then you guys.
Yeah.
I was
there's a delay on the live feed for sure.
I was like, wait, hold on. Did that just happen? It just happened again.
So I don't know. Like, we're trying to get Greg on live with us too.
That would be super rad.
Yeah.
Can this work?
Yeah, he should
Can
just
this
be able to click in and join in. I
don't know.
I think in theory.
I think. Well,
I've never tried this before, but this
works.
worked.
It
This
works.
just
Let's see
worked.
if
It
this
worked for
happens.
you.
This is live, like
We're doing
live.
Yeah. I'm just screen grabbing
Live
your
media.
face, and this is going broadcast on YouTube right now. We are live.
I can see it.
So we're also, I think we're live on, I'm not sure if we're live on the Make Music San Jose website. I haven't had a chance to even check that out. I've just been trying to focusing on this.
I think they just posted the link you said.
Maybe
You
they
guys
just
are-
direct us to look, hey, GE, hit that right there. I check this out.
Greg E, join. Hold on, I see GE.
Yeah, I see that too.
No. Or just
I see.
We're trying,
I see a
dude.
GE.
That's what we need.
Does he have a video experience? Is there a video button?
Put grid view, maybe. I don't know.
Andy Craig is using a phone, and there's no video. Oh,
There we
hold
go.
on. Hold
Yeah!
There we go.
on. We did it. He's got the starving musician.
We did it.
Technology.
Play an accordion, go to prison.
So-
starving musician is like
Is that my-
that's classic.
Yeah, it's the starving.
Wow, this is really happening right now. Can you believe, Greg? This, I
Yes.
mean, Greg. This was Greg's idea. Let me give you. Like,
There
he's like,
we
you want me
go.
to see if I could call? Like, we're talking about San Jose stuff, and he's like, do you want me to see if I could call Ari? And I was like,
I figured what better, let's get Ari on here.
I was super stoked, and it's funny because Eric wrote me yesterday. I know I wrote Eric yesterday. I'm like,
And he
are we
even
doing-
has a fancy background. I like that.
Oh, I'm working on my fancy background as we speak here. I've got a really good one. It's for Greg, if I can figure it out.
Sorry,
Actually,
didn't mean
maybe
to
I
cut you off there.
No, maybe I shouldn't mess. I found this great Rush live background that I was going to put out.
yeah, there we go. We're getting busy.
Every time at work, I like to do that. I'm like, let's find the best 2112 live. Like, I want kimono.
Alex bulge right in your face.
I'm serving you straight kimono.
The best Rush is Kimono Rush.
Kimono Rush only.
I agree with that statement.
Anyway, so I wrote Eric yesterday. I'm like, are we doing it? And he's like, yeah, you didn't send me any of the stuff, so I figured you didn't want it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I was supposed to send you some things. So I cobbled together my...
It's cool. So we have
So-
some things, this whole thing has been kind of thrown together all week.
Very fly by night.
Just earlier, I don't know if you saw the Death Dealers Anonymous video. That was literally uploaded to the site like 3 minutes before we played it.
Very facts.
So me talking to you last night at 10 p.m.
Yes.
You were actually ahead of the curve a little bit.
Oh, excellent. Good. Then I wasn't as behind as I thought. This is
But
the
no,
funny thing.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was ripping stuff off. Facebook. I'm like, oh, well, I remember that. I was trying to find all the old, all the, Facebook has all the stuff. It's where all the bodies are
It's true.
uploaded.
So anyway, let's tell everybody who's still tuned in, who you are. You Ari Rosenshine.
Yes.
We know you. Greg and I know you because we were fans. We were hanging out downtown and at the Cactus Club a lot. You know, and
Me too.
and around, yeah, right. There was a place called the Rock Garden that was happening, and there were some other places around town. But we were all just kind of Cactus Club kids. And then all of a sudden, I'm not sure, Greg, maybe you know, because you're good with dates. When's the first time we saw Granite Path?
I don't remember the exact date, but I definitely remember the show. It was with the Brownies, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
So it was a ska, good old-fashioned ska 70s rock mashup.
Yeah, right. That was my band. I was playing drums that night.
So good.
I was a young kid in like a ska band.
Dude, shout out to the Brownies, dude. Shout out to Cafe of Regret.
Yeah, right.
Sorry,
hey, well, Cafe of Regret. That's Gordy. That's the guy who records all of our bands now.
I was gonna say, I hadn't thought of. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, continue.
But Brownies. I'm pretty sure it was a Brownies show, and I remember getting there early while the Brownies were loading in, and Granite Path had just finished their sound check, and Wedge, the sound dude at Cactus Club, was like, "Oh, have you seen this the opening band, Granite Path?" And we were like, "No, never heard of them." And he's like, "They kind of sound like Black Crows."
Yes, it was that time.
Well, I guess there was. What else could you compare it to?
You know,
it was. It was. I'm sure we were thinking Grand Funk Railroad because that was. We were like thinking of ways to like. Oh wait, hold on. What if we had an album cover and it was like all of our faces like in Mount Rushmore? That would be hard. That'd
be sick,
bro. But I think just because of the times when you guys were kind of such an anomaly for the scene at the time, no one really had any of those 70s rock touch points in their mind. So
nobody.
I feel like
we didn't.
Yeah,
we didn't even have it. I mean, you helped us kind of with some of that.
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, I learned about that Red Grand Funk Railroad album because of following the Granite Path Trail.
That makes me really
that Red Grand Funk record is very, very, very important.
It is very important. All early Grand.
In our household, especially that Red
American band Grand Funk is really awesome. I mean, I like it all in a funny way, but like that early stuff, so good. Like the American Sabbath kind of. Like in a weird way.
Such sick tones too. That Red album, the tones on that album are unbelievable.
And what's really cool is sort of the nature of heavy music, and like just watching that Holy Grove stuff now. I just brought my wife in. I'm just like, you have to watch this. You have to see this because I've seen you guys and like I'm always like trying to explain it, and it's it just keeps kind of like that from Grand Funk to this next gen, to Vitus, to it keeps going, right? Like, and you guys are like next level in my opinion.
We lost. There we go. We lost your video for a second there. Ari, but we heard you. We heard you.
We heard you. Yeah, we heard you in spirit, but we could not see you in.
I was just talking about Holy Grove. I love Holy Grove.
No, it's great. Thank you. But anyway, this was our opportunity to kind of nerd out about Granite Path. I don't know if you don't like. I mean, are you cool with that? Do you like talking about Granite Path? Like we have, I'm sure we have so many questions. We can probably just start rattling them off.
Yeah, absolutely. And they happen every couple years. Something Granite Path related happens, and I get to relive it. So yes, I'm very much happy to. If you're interested in these things, yeah.
I mean, where is Granite Path from? What city? Like, I mean, like, are you San Jose? Are you Campbell? Are you Cupertino?
Ooh, Granite Path. That's sweet. We're going deep South Bay right now. Granite Path is a combination of myself. I was Palo Alto, Los Altos, then went to school in Santa Cruz, but hung out all the time in San Jose because that's where all the fun kids and marijuana and stuff was. And Jason was from Sunnyvale, but then lived in Campbell, so I would hang out in Campbell with him quite a bit. John Boy, our drummer, was from it's not Morgan Hill. Not Fremont. It's San Jose. Just like as San Jose starts getting closer to Fremont, like not Fremont,
deep east side somewhere.
Yeah, he's maybe if he's listening, he's gonna say, "No, I'm not, you idiot. I'm from." But
no, that makes sense because he's friends with some other friends that are kind of east side-ish.
Yeah, totally.
And I think that aligns with That makes
And
sense to me.
And we practiced at but we practiced at every
You guys practiced at the Rock Garden, right?
Rock Garden. We used to take mushrooms there and like
So
have,
I remember people saying that when you guys were like somebody upstairs or downstairs or upstairs or next to you, like when Granite Path was playing, like when Granite Path and Sleep practiced, like you don't practice because of the volume, like the bass especially.
Jason had really great. He had some amazing bass tone at that time. He was very cool.
I don't mean to keep it. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
But when we saw you play, maybe for the first time, you had 2 Ampeg bass 8x10s on stage, and at least 4 guitar cabinets. And they were tweed. They were like 70s tweed. Like you'd never seen that before.
That you had, dude. Those were so. I'd never seen those before.
There were these brown Marshalls.
Yes.
That I got. I bought I feel like I got them at Starving Musician. But it might not have been. It might have been like remember Guitar Showcase?
Yeah. It's still there.
Might have been Showcase. Actually, I got a great drum set at Showcase too. But they were brown, and I ended up kind of selling them, and like one by one I would sell one and get like a sun head, and then I would sell another piece, and then at the end I was kind of left to just the half stack, and it was sort of like the Britpop days, and I ended up getting a combo of some kind, and I think the guy from Tesla has one of those half stacks now.
Has one of those
brown half stacks.
Brown Marshall.
Yeah, they were bad. I miss them.
Funny story about Guitar Showcase. Am I talking over everybody?
No, go ahead, please.
I was gonna say a funny story about Guitar Showcase. Eric and I went there and we found a Granite Path flyer on the wall looking for a drummer.
Yeah,
remember? That's where we got that flyer.
I still have it.
That's what made us discover Band of Gypsies and Grand Funk, because you guys put like.
Oh yeah, it was on the flyer.
It was on influences. The flyer, like, drummer into Grand Funk Railroad, Band of Gypsies, and we're like, dude. You guys obviously had a drummer by that time, so the flyer had been posted up for a couple months, and we just swiped it off the wall.
I think it's like, remember the old flyers that would have like the bottom with like the little cut, like
so you could tear off
like the phone number.
Tear-offs.
And I think I took the flyer and it still had all the tear-offs on it. I'm sorry.
I don't think anybody was interested. I think we didn't get a whole lot of calls. It's funny because the band was basically me and Jason. Jason played drums and bass on all our early recordings, Man Tries and all those ones. And he's a really great 60s style drummer. So he kind of did all these crazy, like real loose Keith Moon kind of rad drums on him.
Total Mitch
Mitchell drums, exactly. And he's still a drummer. But then we knew we needed like a drummer, like a proper guy who just rips at drums, like in that sort of like life way, so he could play live. And John was the best drummer we'd seen. He was just such an amazing, powerful drummer. He played in a band called Dragonfly at the time.
I saw him at
Cactus Club regular.
They were really good band, and like we used to watch, and we just watched John, and we're like, dude, this guy's so rad, and he looked like 37. He looked like 37, like he had the full.
He's our age, or he might even be younger than me.
He was 17 at the time, and he had this beard that went,
big beard, long hair.
And we were like, this guy, we got to get this guy. And so we tried to groom him for like, it took so long, and it was like he wouldn't leave the other band, and we're like, what are we gonna do to get John? It was kind of like it was like a courtship. You know what I mean? We finally got him
out on a few dates.
Dude.
I think that literally the three of you guys, it couldn't have been better. Like I there's so many stories. But just watching you guys play live, and like the quote that from Andy that you guys had,
that was
it's
very
in these
kind,
some of these photos, where Andy and Carrie looked at each other and said, "What year is this?" And it was like almost like the same response that like Greg and I had, but like Greg and I were just digging into like the 70s heavy rock, and then here comes Granite Path, like just like strolling down the road in San Jose to knock our balls off.
And we were young. The thing is funny, we were actually young guys. Like
you were. I mean, like you're not that much
21.
older. Like, but you look like you came out of 1973, so it had a whole spin on it.
No, we weren't even 20. It was like 19, 20. Our instincts were very, it it kind of started with like Dear Deceased, who were amazing. I'm sure I don't know if they've come up
I
today.
mean, not yet, but like
But
we can.
now we're in.
One of the
We're
other
in now.
greats of the
Yeah.
time.
Dude, I was listening to some of that stuff a couple months ago. Somebody started putting it back up on the San Jose page, and now it's all on YouTube
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
all on Spotify now. Both of their demos are on Spotify now.
Those records, they sound incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like that was better than Alice in Chains at the time.
Really,
and it's a kind of comparable a little bit, but like it's like wow, I'd rather listen to that.
Me too. It's longer and darker and heavier and
Yes.
more weird, and things kind of go all these different ways. And so we kind of started out, we were hanging out with those guys, and Jason and I were in a band called Nimbus, which were kind of like a, more, it's funny, thing that all come about in cycles, but that was really, it was Doom. We were listening to Cathedral. That's what we were, it was Cathedral and like Current 93 and like, Black Sabbath and like things that are, dark and, all that stuff. And then we kind of started hanging out with the Dear Deceased guys, and Jason and I started our clothes started going from black to browner to browner to browner. And all of a sudden we're like, this is who we really want to be. We just need to be free. To like follow our like.
You guys you had like bell bottoms and shit. Like I mean, like you were so like full on like in it, and like you rolled around like that.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was.
I mean, it was like
being-
Saint Vitus, right? Like just kind of like
Jason really embodied all.
I mean, like similar thing, right? Like they just showed up and we're like, "Yep, here we are, bam."
Yeah, no, totally, and absolutely. It was like we kind of knew. It wasn't like when I think of the Black Crowes, like they had like nice clothes and really like nice fashionable stuff. And Granite Path was like really, it was like really like 19-year-olds.
It was like the Sabers version.
It was like the Sabers version.
Yeah, but you had those resources, right? I mean, there were like people like Angie that had that store, secondhand stores.
Absolutely,
everybody was,
Oh yeah, Planet Caravan, right? Wasn't that Angie's store?
Absolutely, and I think
we used to play there too, right? We had shows there.
Oh, absolutely, many even into the further. What was the other place? Channel Zero. Oh, God, there's so many. I'm going through San Jose.
I was going through Zero. Yes.
That was a good venue too. I saw some really good shows. There's a Black Heart Procession there, and freaking, dude, I saw the Danielson family. There was like big bands that would later on become like big indie bands with it. But anyway, San Jose always
underground. I mean, that's great. I mean, that's some San Jose underground shit that no one else is going to talk about.
You ever remember Radio Free Records?
Yes,
oh yeah, for sure.
One of the I played.
There were like
I
two
played there.
locations. There was one first, and then there was one on. Then there was the Mini Mall one.
Yeah, the Mini Mall one. Ethan, right? Was that his name?
Yeah, Ethan. And I just was thinking back. Man, I used to go into that store, and I would be so. It was like the classic movie, like High Fidelity, where I was very self-conscious about what I was gonna buy. I'm like, dude, I can't buy. If I buy this, Ethan's gonna laugh at me. I gotta throw in like some like
Cactus record or something.
Silver Jews record. You know what I mean? I can't buy Danzig there.
That's funny.
But yeah, that was like a total rad indie.
That was like in Campbell, right? Wasn't he? Yep. The store I remember was in the mini mall version in Campbell.
Yeah, and it started, and there was a version I remember on First Street.
Yeah, down where like the Leaps and all
that's
that.
Right.
You know, like where
that
now like where Stritch is.
Yeah,
and right next door, that little store next door.
Great
it was Pirate Cat Records as well, I think, for a minute.
Pirate Cat, yeah.
Man, taking it back.
This is San Jose history.
So we liked all the we were seven. We just kind of tried to go deeper and deeper into the '70s stuff, and
that's crazy though. I mean, like who?
Yeah, was there a band?
How do you get turned on to Sir Lord Baltimore at like age 18 or 19, like before everybody else, or who turns you on to stuff like that's crazy because we had no idea.
Yeah. Definitely like reading starting with like Sabbath, and then kind of reading every piece of like rock bio books and things, and we'd find out about Grand Funk, and then there would be like Cathedral. Those guys were big crate diggers, so they would always name drop like 20 records. Lee Dorian would mention, oh yeah, Sir Lord Baltimore and Cactus and like and way more obscure bands than that. Like those are like
that's common knowledge now.
Yeah, to him those are like common knowledge, but he would have like 20 other super obscure bands, and so we'd check those bands out. But honestly, we liked a lot of like James, like 70s funk and like Stevie Wonder and
you guys were so unique. So
Thank
unique,
you.
100% unique. Like there was nothing like that, and there's been nothing like that since then, in my opinion. I mean, like it's like because it was kind of like you guys were from like the streets, like of San Jose. You weren't, you know what I mean? Like you were just kind of like you were dirty dudes from up the street at the Rock Garden, right? Like,
It was total rock
but
garden.
you had your own thing entirely. You had your own sound entirely. Like in my opinion, nobody could fuck with you. Like to the point of where Greg and I were talking about this earlier. Like we followed you around. Like and you were a local San Jose band. We didn't follow any local San Jose. Like we would see bands at the Cactus like all the time, just because we would all just go to the Cactus all the time because that's really all we did. But you guys were playing in pizza parlors and libraries and
that is correct.
And we went to those. We met Terra Nova in the parking lot at the pizza parlor.
Oh, I had a picture with Tara as well. She was like our sort of weed guru kind of person.
She became our weed guru that night too.
At one of your shows and at a pizza parlor. That's a true story.
Yeah. No,
you know the best part of that story is we went up to John Boy and being like, "Hey man, like do you know where we could boop boop boop?" And he like looked at us both like in the eyes and was like, "You guys cops?" And we're like,
are you guys cops?
Are you guys cops? We're like, no. And it turned and we thought that John Boy was 10 years older than us.
No, he was a young man.
He was probably younger than us.
He was still a young man. It's just so funny. I'm just thinking. It's just like I'm thinking back to all those shows. Yeah, we were all friends with Eric Shea at that time too. Were you guys friends with Eric yet from Mover?
Not quite yet.
No,
I mean, Mover. I mean, that's a whole. We could. I would love to maybe do this again and get you on with Eric.
Eric is such a wonderful resource of knowledge about that time period.
Oh my gosh!
And we got to do a bunch of shows.
I walked into a show once and Mover was playing already.
Yeah.
And it was like walking into like a Rolling Stones concert or something like that. It was just like, and you're done. Like you're mesmerized. Like it was.
And they were
amazing.
like they were really great, and they were like the more ambitious. I don't say ambitious, but they were just more together than Granite Path. Like they kind of knew. Like they had a record out with Man's Ruin, which was Frank Kozak's label at the time, and Jason and I sang back up on one song, and it was kind of we sing on the first on one of those songs on the first song on the record.
Eric and I can always talk about how big of Granite Path fans we are. Like that's a common ground anytime.
He was totally into it, and we loved his shit too. We would go we played a bunch of shows with them. We'd go see them all the time, and it was
just went out to many great bands. Parchment Farm.
Yes, dude, Parchment Farm were amazing. I mean, Hot Lunch. Let's not even talk about Hot Lunch.
I had to play like after Hot Lunch a couple times, and it sucked.
Hot Lunch.
You can't. It's hard to play after Hot Lunch.
They're there. That dude doesn't even rock hi-hats. He goes full Keith Moon.
Yeah, it's double kick drums and
no hi-hats.
Ride only. Yes.
So
that's why I'm saying I'm the drummer, so I got to play after that.
And I love Eric's voice too. He's really great.
He's the
singer.
best.
But he's freaking sick. But so we became friends and stuff like that. And with Granite Path, we were always sort of almost like we were almost going to do a record with Man's Ruin at one point, and then we kind of.
I remember that being a rumor for sure.
There were a lot of almosts. Like we went to LA a whole bunch of times, and we kind of had like this manager guy, and like there was a lot of almost, and eventually we just ended up only putting out this one cassette. That was sort of like our, it just couldn't. It was almost too. We were too perfectionisty. It had to be too big a deal when a record finally came out that we never. Nowadays, dude, people put records out. We're just so much more do it, right? You know what I mean? It's just like, let's get down to business. Let's do it. Back then, it was like putting a record out seemed like such a bigger deal.
Well, back then, it was a bigger deal.
It was.
You can't just record a record in your bedroom on your laptop, like you can now.
We'd be going to Bart Thurber's all the time and actually spend it all on that.
Pay like $20 an hour, or $15 or whatever it was.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing.
The poor guy.
One of the things
we all probably put him through a lot.
That is true.
Getting back to you were talking about vocals, and one of the things that really, in my mind, set Granite Path apart from a lot of bands or made you guys super unique was the dual vocals when you guys would trade off and Jason would come in on the choruses or Jason would sing lead on a song.
Harmonies,
yes, absolutely.
That was that was just I had never seen anything like that.
That was it's funny because it started on I Sang, and then and Jason just had this really great high kind of Stevie Wonder sort of
very high,
just rich 70s rock voice, and it was so good.
Couldn't believe he was singing that. I remember.
And sometimes we'd start singing, and it was so like we would kind of harmonize and stuff in this very natural brotherly way. And I remember a couple times where it sounded so good, we would just kind of stand up and run and like hug each other, and just like that was awesome. Like it was not something we knew because we were like kind of medley kids who would sit and riff all the time. We didn't really know that there was going to be this vocal kind of chemistry between us. And then eventually we started singing, like writing songs on acoustic guitar and singing, and we were like, whoa, this would be really cool if it was like, also Urge Overkill were a band I was really into at the time, and they had 2 singers, and I was like, I want to be like Urge Overkill, where it's like there's 2 guys and you never really know whose song it is. Cause it's
that was the thing. It was like when we had the demos, you never like knew. I can never really tell who was singing what, but then seeing you guys live and watching you guys trade off the vocals.
I love that. Yeah,
so rad.
Those kind of bands are my favorite still.
So,
I love when
you're talking about the demo, which was 4 songs. And then
there was
Greg and I, and through the
one with Tucker
through the
and
Breathe
Deep. But we have, through the channels or through the underground networks, we have like some sort of like we had a 20-song CD that like went around. Like how many songs did you guys record? What do you have in the can?
I gave you a ton, and it's funny because about 3 years ago, we had a reunion of the 3 of us. Like we got together in Portland where Jason lives, and we hung out, and we did some recording, and we actually kind of were like about to launch sort of another thing, but it just wasn't like with Granite Path. Things work in a cycle of about every 15 years something happens.
So like, maybe in about like 10 years we can get something.
In 10 years we'll hear. But then, and I found there was a label actually, Cosmic Artifact, I think, was actually going to maybe do again, like I said, always maybes with Granite Path, but they were interested in doing a comp of some kind of some Granite Path stuff. And that's not your guys' label, is it?
No, we are with
you're on Ripple now.
Yeah.
Did you ever put a record out with Cosmic? Why not? I think you did.
No, we did our first record was on Heavy Psych Sounds.
I got confused. But so Cosmic Artifacts was talking about doing a reissue of some kind of that stuff. There's I don't want to say 50, but there's like maybe close to that. There's a lot of songs a lot.
I remember that like in the MySpace days, you had someone that I know his name's Jim. I don't really know much about him, but put up a MySpace page for you guys.
Yep, and there's tons, and he had all the songs, like the DATs. There were DATs of all this stuff and some reel-to-reel sitting in my house in Los Angeles where I was living. And Jim was kind enough to say, "Hey, I want to be the keeper of the DATs. I will digitize everything." And I was like, "You know what? This is wonderful. You take this stuff, digitize it." And it's really nice that people who are actually interested can actually hear some of this stuff. So yeah, he did.
I wrote him on. I remember writing him on MySpace, and he's like, "Just send me your address, and I'll send you this 2 CDs worth of like."
GP.
Yeah,
he got it all. There's 1 or 2 songs, but almost everything else is represented there. There's like 50 songs.
Are you guys working on something put out like a?
I would. It's funny. It's like I even like a couple of years back, I got really close to, I even remastered a couple of things myself and kind of got close to putting something together. And it just wasn't, we wanted to start with something, put some new stuff out first. We record a couple new songs, but they're still sort of, they're in between, they're not done. Yeah. So which is kind of amazing that there even is such thing as new Granite Path songs.
I know. You sent me them like a couple of years ago, and
they sound like Granite Path. It was
I need more of this.
I know. I'm so hoping. I think Jason has the sessions, and again in the cycle of Granite Path stuff, maybe it'll just all kind of happen.
I mean, maybe I'm just optimistic, but I really feel like that you guys could get those early recordings, like put some label like Red Easy or someone would put that shit out like in a heart.
That's a really good idea. That's a really good idea. And it got really close with Cosmic Artifacts, and it was more kind of a matter of getting consensus on what songs it would be and stuff like that.
Because you guys haven't been together for 20 years, and you're arguing about like the song list.
Yes. Yes, it wasn't like it's hard because it's like listening to a different. I've been through so many iterations of music in my life.
Yeah,
since,
I'm sure it's just like this. It's like I was a kid.
I was a kid. Yeah, exactly. It's like, and I like them. I still like it. I just have to not think of it like it's just a little moment in time of making innocent music before people even could record at home and do stuff like that and get all tweaky.
Right. Yeah. I just feel like that you guys were such a standout, and it was like it was such a short period of time that we were blessed with Granite Path. You know what I mean?
That makes me really happy.
It makes me sad that more people didn't get to hear it. And like when we talk about what I would consider one of the greatest bands in San Jose of all times, called Granite Path, everybody kind of like looks at me sideways. They weren't there. They didn't get to see it. They never heard of it. Like it was a very specific time in a very specific place, kind of. I feel.
Yeah, I know, and I it was so funny. It was one of those things where so John and I started playing together as Teacher, which was sort of, kind of Granite Path distilled for a new.
When I heard that first demo, or I think you or John Boy sent me like you guys did a 3-song thing first, right?
Yep. There was one with Mantries and stuff on it, which is kind of a real Monster Magnet sounding kind of stoner rock thing. That was just Jason and I. Andrew,
I'm talking about the teacher.
Oh,
shit.
The Teacher one.
Yeah, the original Teacher demo.
Super Granite Pathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I recall. Yes.
And that was another one of those moments where John and I had not. I'd been living in Los Angeles for a long time. He had been in Seattle. We eventually kind of both ended up in Seattle. And just for fun, we got together. And like in the first minute, that's the music that came out. We started playing, and it was like, oh.
Yeah.
And it was a really wonderful time because you guys were starting to do stuff. And like there was this new, I don't want to say new Doom generation or sort of new generation of like, but with Riding Easy and with Heavy Psych Sounds getting so much bigger and all these different labels, it was like there was so much more of an audience for riffs. Yeah. And we were like, whoa, maybe somebody will like this stuff. And so we kind of we put together, so it was more of a kind of a tribute to ourselves, of a tribute to the past, you know what I mean? But but we had a lot of fun doing that stuff. That's the music that John and I, we just make music. When we get together, something will come out, and that's the kind of
your guys' full length, man. It was one of my favorite records of that year, man. It was so good.
Thank you.
So good.
Thank you very much.
Still in constant rotation.
Thank you very much. Yeah, John. That's a very natural musical friendship. Like that's when we get together, that's what happens. You know what I mean?
Just
life takes us sometimes on
drummer.
Detours.
I mean, just a monster
This
drummer.
guy is he's a monster drummer. He's a monster guitarist and songwriter too.
That's true. Like he can also play the hell out of some guitar and play some stuff. Like he'll pick it up and play a bunch of songs for you.
Yeah.
Good
he's
man.
super
I love
good.
John Boy.
So we do have a live chat question coming in from Andrea V to Ari, asking about the Live from Moscow YouTube upload. She's just wondering if you could talk about that.
Sure. So I went to Russia to help a heavy metal band over there sing, not sing. I ended up ghosting a lot of this stuff for them. Helping this guy with this metal band with the guy's his English pronunciation from Russian. And while I was there, I just had this moment where I was like, you know what? This is about the furthest I've been from my home place. And I just felt like I needed to sing a Granite Path song out in the middle of a field outside of Moscow. And so I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to sing Breathe Deep right now.
Breathe Deep was the jam.
It was. I had a lot of days.
Do you have an acoustic guitar near you right now?
I sure do.
No way. Well, will you play some Breathe Deep for us?
Oh, wow.
Sure.
Because me and Greg used to just get down with this.
Can you hear
This would be great.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No way.
I swell with the love of the road. Yeah.
like that.
It's alright with me. Don't let nobody tell you what to do. Yeah, I can lean into something in God, boy, you never. Yeah, you never ever knew. Pretty.
And then Jason going,
Pretty.
Yeah.
Let me breathe.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Good. Greg.
Hell yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bro.
That was amazing.
That was off the cuff.
Bro.
That literally I have not played
I've been
that
waiting
song
for that for 20 years, I think.
I don't know how.
I mean, how
was
many years
pulling
ago
that.
was that? I mean,
That's quite that. Okay, so
25?
okay, if I was 19, I'm 44.
It's like 95, right?
94, 95, 94,
94, maybe.
95.
probably
So what's
95, because
that?
94 we graduated high school, and I think it was right after that.
Yeah.
It was when we started
So
spending
nine-
a lot more time at the Cactus Club.
So how long ago is that? So if it's 2020.
26 years ago, man.
26
Oh,
years ago.
even longer. Check that out.
I like that.
Oh,
That makes
wow.
That's fun to play. I like playing that song.
How
I
cool
played it
is
one
that?
time live in
Excellent.
San Diego.
That's
Yeah,
really cool.
Like I said, once every 7 or 8 years, there's an occasion, and yeah, that was the occasion.
Well, last time I saw Jason, he was playing bass with this little group called
Built to Spill?
Built to Spill.
Actually,
In San Jose, they played like a night off show.
Oh, I
at,
remember.
at
I saw
Cafe
pictures of that.
Stritch, and they
Dude, that
played
was
all
rad.
covers. They played all covers, and
I just heard it.
it was a mind fuck. It was insane.
Dude, the band when Jason was in Built to Spill, like that lineup was righteous.
Incredible.
Heavy. Brett
Incredible.
Netson was playing. Brett Netson was playing.
Bunch of
playing,
like older cats. I mean, like
Brett Netson, gnarly. He's in Caustic Resin. Old guy. Actually, I knew him from L.A. Totally separate from Jason. Yeah, and so that was that was Jason had been doing. Jason's career is a whole other amazing thing.
Like, I wish we could, talk about that. I have no idea. Like, he was always like the mysterious one. Like, to
He is
us.
very mysterious. He makes records as Helvetia now. He lives in Portland. I'm sure that Greg will see him around eventually.
Yes, I'm kind of surprised I haven't run into him.
It's just I think for a while when he was doing Built to Spill, he was touring all the time. But now I think that this is a whole other, you should talk to him about but Duster and stuff. Like the whole Duster came back.
Duster.
I don't know if you know if you follow this whole thing.
Episode.
I remember Duster.
It is a whole other episode. They've found kind of a whole second life. Like it's crazy. They're huge now. People love them. Totally.
They put out a record like a year ago, right? Or within the last couple of
really,
years?
With
yeah,
Clay?
it's really good. Say again?
With Clay?
With Clay, it's the exact. It's
the same
it's
Duster.
original. It's the same lineup, and if you go to Spotify, they have like 10 gazillion listeners a month. People are really, really, really into them.
That is
and
wild.
yeah, and it happened very naturally. I think just sort of a new wave of indie kids started listening to Duster and relating to that music, like kids that were not even aware of that whole 90s up records.
That was a whole
stuff.
thing. I mean, that's a whole, like I
So
said, that's a whole
job.
different, that's a whole thing. Like, or somebody was talking about, gosh, I'm not going to be able to remember the name now, but there's so many, Mohinder,
Mohinder, yeah, that's Clay.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I mean, like there's people that'll like live and die for Mohinder.
Dude, Mohinder, exactly. And there's so this label,
And that's
Numero
some San
Group,
Jose shit.
all San Jose shit. I saw Mohinder playing. I'm sure we all did. But like, so many good bands.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. So Jason's been kind of he still makes Helvetia records. He's very busy. He's put a bunch of records out this year as Helvetia. Duster has been, before COVID-19, he was doing all kinds of dates and like sold out. They sold out the Warfield. No, Great American Music Hall.
Wow.
That's good enough.
Yeah,
we'll take that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it works for me.
Yeah.
So Dustin's had a really good couple of years. Yeah, but definitely. Yeah, you should check. You should look into the story. There's an NPR story about them and stuff. It's like it's a whole other. Yeah, just Google Duster.
That's great. I mean, this is all some serious San Jose knowledge that I'm sure that nobody that if you're still watching, we are going super deep. But this is important stuff. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, like some of the greatest music, and it's music that's heralded by people from far away, like,
who actually give a that's really cool.
People really give a shit about some of the stuff that's like pretty much forgotten in the city of San Jose.
Yeah,
Ryan, have you heard of Mohinder?
No, I haven't.
Right?
Mohinder were like, dude, they were so ahead of the kind of post-hardcore,
emo.
Again, stuff, emo things. Yep, totally.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like before there was even emo, there was Mohinder.
Yeah, totally. They're primo.
Primo. There you go.
Primo. I like it.
All right, hey, so we're getting close to the end of this whole thing. But
let's talk about Stav.
Yeah, Stav. Like, tell us about that. And we're gonna play the dinosaur video on our way out. And I really like it. And that song is really cool.
That's so Stav is. I started making sort of home recordings, Doom Ear stuff a few years back, and I kind of after doing T-shirt for a while, I kind of sort of brought me back into doing heavier tone stuff and things with more heft to it. I've been doing like kind of more like singer-songwriter stuff for many years before that, and Stav kind of grew out of these home recordings that were kind of more ambient and weird and textural, and then they just kind of kept getting weirder and weirder, and then I started, I don't know, a couple people wanted to put them out, shockingly enough, and I put a record out. I've actually played a bunch of shows with Stav. I played with the Obsessed, played with the Well bands, and with some really good bands, and it's been actually going really well. But again, in this very sort of organic, it was an unexpected thing because it's instrumental primarily. It's not really doom, but it's also not. It's kind of heavy in its way.
But I heard some that like the video we're gonna watch with the the cool old school dinosaur stuff. It's got like drums and guitars and stuff, and then some other Stav stuff I heard is very like electronic-y.
Yeah, it goes all over the place. That one, Voyage of the Dawn Draper, is the most. It's kind of like a sort of psych garage rock.
Draper. It's such an epic title. It just starts like, with the title.
It's sort of like and so I played all this. I do all the stuff, all the recording at home, and do all the stuff myself. And then live, I have like a big pedal board, like a lot of loopers and weird things on it, and I do sort of it's different than the recordings, but it's loud. It's loud and hopefully powerful. I have a lot of that footage I have, and I use it like as a backdrop. So there's like footage and things happening. It's fun because again, playing with a lot of the bands I play with, like the Well band, these guys are young. They're like they're generations younger than us,
right?
And so it's really fun. Do you know what I'm saying? It's interesting to play with these bands that are finding it now. You know this, Greg. You meet because you play with bands all the time, and you're like, bro, I've seen this scene go through cycles,
cycles.
And often I'm and I have no problem with this. Often I'm opening, and I have no problem with being the first. I'm like, dude, I'm just one guy with a bunch of pedals and some amps and like doing some weird stuff. Totally cool going on first. And then sometimes you play with another vet like Scott Wino, and it's like, wow, I think I've been around. This guy's been around.
Yeah, you want to hear a couple stories, huh?
That dude, he's been around. I gave him a Stav record. I was very excited to do that.
Well, hey, Ari, thank you.
Yeah.
I think we want to play some Stav music for everybody, and we're getting right up to the end. So we're gonna play. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and thanks for giving Greg and I the opportunity to sit here and just do the dork out about Granite Path. It's like very much one of our favorite things, and I'm pretty sure most people don't know about it. So hopefully start people looking it up. Granite Path.
Yep, and it's an ongoing conversation. The things will keep popping up in weird ways. Maybe a record will come out someday. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Thank you, guys.
I'll be on the pre-order list for
that
sure.
Would be
I'll
awesome.
Probably buy 3 copies in every color just so I have them. Because that's me. That's what I do. Anyway, we're gonna go out with Voyage of the
Dawn Draper.
Dawn Draper. That's what it is. I'm sorry, I can't see the whole thing from here.
Yeah.
But hey, thanks again.
Yeah, thanks,
check this
all right.
music out.
Dude,
Check out
thank you,
Stav,
Chris.
STAHV.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, guys. Take it easy.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's take this off. Let's load this up. That was pretty great. Thank you once again, Andrea, for asking that question, because that really led into a great little moment just now that we had right here on the show. Look up here. Close this out. Make sure we're going to open this up.
Anyway, thanks. If you've been hanging out this long, you guys rule. Thanks for being here. It's 3 hours is a long time.
Yeah, no, like I think this is definitely a record for the show.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's done 3 hours here before.
Well, no,
I've
Dan,
never done 1 hour. Well,
Dan has definitely done 3 hours here, but me personally, this is
pretty
my
good haul.
longest. And
appreciate Make Music San Jose.
Yeah, thank you guys for the opportunity to let us host this. It's been a lot of fun.
If you want to donate, all the donations are going to go to Adopt My Block, to Dan and the animal rescue, dog rescue specifically.
Indeed.
And to keep him going and keeping all the dogs safe and
doing the thing
on the road, but that's not the right thing, is it?
No, yeah, definitely not on the road.
We don't want to keep the dogs.
Making sure they got good homes. Right on.
Dogs at home.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Like we said, if this is your first time tuning into the channel, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. We should be going live again later on tonight, actually, with Dirtbag Dan for bots, behind the bots, and we're gonna be looking at old battle rap events. So tune in for that, and we're gonna head out once again on Voyage of the Dawn Draper.